Okay, so this is my little voiceover for Bienvenue au Jardins d'Yvette, the first descent that I just did. Maybe the first 514C in Quebec, which would make it the hardest route in Quebec. So yeah, I'm pretty psyched on this whole process. So let's go through a little breakdown of the route first off, and then we're going to talk a bit about the grade, a bit about the name, and a bit about the process. So first off, breakdown. Right now, if you look at the video, I am executing the first crux of the route. And so this route starts off basically with a really savage V10 plus, in my opinion, boulder problem on tiny little crimps, super tensiony, super sustained boulder problem. And it gets you pretty smacked. At the end of this boulder problem, I personally already have a pretty bad pump. And then after this boulder problem, you get a 511C slab or face climb on crimps. It's a cruxy one, and so there's actually a rest in the middle of it, and then you have like a pretty sustained maybe 10 move 511, which doesn't sound like a lot, but after having climbed a V10, it's hard to not pump out doing this. Well, not pump out, but like it's hard to keep your pump at bay climbing this 511. After that, right now you can see in the video at the top, you can see like a break in the wall where like there's a undercling crack and like a big overhang on top. And so yeah, that's where the 511 stops. You get a good hand jam rest and a knee bar. After those two rests, you basically climb a route called Welcome to Jamrock, which is originally graded 514B, which I did a couple years ago. I did it with the original beta of doing a huge dyno at the top at the time. But now today there's a easier, slightly more accessible beta for the last move. Which is, instead of being like a V8, V9 throw, it comes down to like a V7 boulder problem. And so maybe Welcome to Jamrock now is more like a 14A, maybe a /B because of that. But in itself, Welcome to Jamrock is a really hard boulder problem with a last either V9 throw or V7 compression boulder. And so Welcome to Jamrock starts off with a long, sustained V10 boulder problem, like the one we have at the bottom, but more powerful, less fingery. And then it finishes off with that infamous dyno or new beta that I decided to use for the link up of the bottom route and the top route. And so the bottom route, the V10, is called Fonce Dalle. It's a 13D. And I did that a couple weeks ago, and the goal was to link that 13D with the top section 14B or A, and that would make it probably 14C. And so if you use darthgrader.net, you punch in V10 into 511 into good rest into V10 into bad rest into V7. Blah 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 into 512, you end up with a 514C route, and it's actually on the top range of the 14C. So that's why I chose that grade. I talked a lot to other climbers about it. Everybody seems to be veering towards this opinion. And so yeah, my first of the grade and the first of the grade in Quebec. Now for the name, I chose Bienvenue au Jardins d'Yvette. Yvette is my late grandmother, bless her soul, I love her so much, and she supported me a lot in climbing, and so I decided to name this route after her. And Bienvenue is French for welcome, so it's like a punny name between Welcome to Jamrock and Yvette's life, which was full of gardens, something that she loved, and so yeah, that's kind of where the name comes from. And finally, we'll do a quick little process thing. I got only 2 minutes left here, so we'll try to go through it pretty quick. Yeah, really simple. A couple of years ago, I did Welcome to Jamrock, and I wanted to link the 13D part with the 14AB part, which would make it like a really hard king line. The way I attacked it is I made sure I knew the 13D part so well that I could do it basically maybe once every second try. That was important to me because if not, it would have been really hard to work this route from the ground. Having full sessions where you don't do the bottom boulder is really, it zaps your confidence on being able to do the top boulder. And so I spent a couple of weeks just working really hard on linking the top and individually linking the bottom also. Ultimately, I did the route in only 2 full tries. And so I gave one try last Friday from the ground and got to the first crux of Jamrock and fell. And that to me it gave me a bit of confidence, but not that much, right? And so the second day I came up, brushed all the holds, did a few individual moves, and then I gave an all-out effort and somehow got my ass to the top, which is, to me, the most insane thing ever. I don't understand how I pulled it off, but yeah, it just happened. And yeah, I'll just let you enjoy the happiness screams and a bit of crying at the top of the route. So psyched. Thanks for listening.
Fuck. Wow.
Yeah! Oh my god! Zoom this thing. Fuck yeah, Dave!